What's up, everybody? It seems like the Oregon Standoff, for the most part, has come to an end. There's still about 4 or so people left in the refuge, refusing to come out until they get a guarantee they won't be arrested. The leadership has been arrested, and the worst part of it all, Lavoy Finicum was shot and killed. The FBI released a video showing what appears to be Lavoy driving. He tries to go around their roadblock, hits the snow, gets out of the car, has his hands up, and then the FBI says he reaches for a gun, so they shot and killed him. I've heard some people say they believe that he was maybe grasping at a wound because he had already been shot. But, regardless of what you believe to have happened, it just sucks that somebody had to die. It sucks that Lavoy was killed. But what I want to talk about, what's really been pissing me off with this whole situation, is the constant comments and, tweets and posts to Facebook calling this terrorism and saying they're white terrorists. No. Just no. It's not terrorism. They're not terrorists. They are people angry at the federal government for controlling large swaths of land out west, so they are protesting. Having guns makes the situation worse, to open up the door to violence, but they're not in some densely packed residential neighborhood. They're not terrorizing civilians. There's nobody there. They're 110 miles away from the nearest airport, so please, no. The rhetoric, stop. But what really pissed me off about this, I didn't see these same people making these comments about Ferguson. I was in Ferguson, I was standing in front of these buildings as they were set on fire. I watched people walk around with gas canisters, lighting buildings on fire, and several instances over the time I had spent covering Ferguson, I was shot at. You watch the video when I was working for Vice News, I'm pinned behind a traffic control box as bullets fly overhead, And I didn't hear these people coming out and saying it was terrorism. But these same people were complaining that it was conservatives calling it terrorism. So, there's my criticism for for everyone else. During Ferguson, you had more conservative people calling the Ferguson protesters terrorists, criminals, and thugs. And then you had the more liberal people defending the actions of these people burning buildings down and shooting people and having guns. And then in this instance, it's the liberals calling these guys terrorists, saying, oh, if they were, an ethnic minority of some sort, the police would have went in and killed them all by now. And it's just, look, the important thing that we all need to realize is that when you live in a certain way, you have your own personal bubble, your sphere of influence to what you interact with and what interacts with you, and that creates your perspective on the world and what is true. And for the people of Ferguson, Baltimore, and these other cities who witness police getting away with murder, breaking the law and not being punished, that is the world they live in, they see every day. They don't live on a ranch, and they don't deal with the federal government. And so the people who do, like the Bundys and the people who went to the Oregon Standoff, they live in a different bubble where, what they see to be true is how they feel and what makes them passionate about their causes. So they want to go and, take over a wildlife refuge in protest of federal land control. No one is necessarily right or wrong. Everybody has a belief of how they want the world to be. And if someone deviates from that, they're the bad guy. So that's why we end up with people just throwing rocks at each other. I do the things I do, like I go to Ferguson, Occupy, and these other protests because I want to understand the motivations people have for why they do the things they do. Why did people go to the streets? Why are they burning buildings down? Why are they shooting? Like, what is happening that makes these people feel this is their only choice? I want to understand that and not immediately condemn it, not call anybody a criminal or terrorist. Instead, I just get bummed. Because I only ever see rock throwing. People flinging mud, saying, you're wrong, you're the terrorist, I'm right, the world should be the way I want it to be. But I don't think, anybody has it right. I think everybody has some good ideas, and it's going to take a combination of us coming together and talking about it to figure out how to make a better world, Instead, everyone just whittles it down to talking points. You're a terrorist, and, conservatives, I hate politics. Let me know what your thoughts on the whole thing are, on all these issues. Just wanted to talk about this thing that was pissing me off. So comment below, criticize me. Am I being naive? Or am I right? Should we hope for a future where violence and destruction is not the way we solve our problems? What do you think? Yeah. So yeah, comment below. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Timcast. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm going to be putting out more videos and documentary stuff too. So click the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned. I'll have more videos again, like I said. I will see you all next time. Take care.